Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. I just wanted to say hey and take some time to talk a little bit about accountability. I was having a conversation with someone this past weekend about accountability, and specifically one of the biggest struggles that they had was that piece of accountability. They knew what they had to do. They knew how that they needed to make some food choice changes. They needed to be more consistent when it came to working out, specifically lifting weights, just doing something, being active. But the part that was so difficult was accountability, right? And I think that's something that I definitely relate to, right? Especially when you think about, being a busy mom or, somebody that works full time, any of those things. Maybe it's a combination of all those things, especially since it's life, things happen, things get busy. And it's so easy to suffer from decision fatigue, or where you're just so tired, where you're like, you know what? I just ran out of time. I can't work out today. Or you've made so many decisions and trying to figure out what to eat, you just default to what's easy, right? Versus what is good for you. And it makes sense. It's something I struggle with all the time, right? And I think that's really where community becomes super important. It's where having a coach becomes really important. So I am a health coach, right? I do fitness coaching, I do nutrition coaching, but understanding how difficult it is to remain consistent without some form of accountability. I myself have a coach, right? So I actually have a coach. He does workouts with me twice a week, and it's incredibly helpful. It helps me stay on track with what is important, ensuring that I put forth the effort at the very least twice a week to do strength training. Add on top of that, I know for a fact, I need to be able to show that I'm working hard, and in the workouts themselves, I'm actually moving progress. The 2 times a week isn't going to be enough, so I have to make sure that I find time for myself outside of those 2 workouts that I work with a coach to put in the effort to ensure that I continue to build strength, right? So it's that accountability piece. I know I'm going to have to talk to somebody about either my progress or my lack of progress in something. In this case, it's working out. In this case, it's strength training. So that really motivates me to try to stay on track, even when things are hard. I think that's, like I said, that's the biggest advantage to having a coach, but it's also something that comes into play when you talk about having a community, right? Which I think is really cool, because humans are social creatures. We need community to do things, right? So that accountability piece can come into play when you are a part of a community, whether you have a workout partner or somebody that helps you from a food perspective. Like my husband does an amazing job working with me. And we talk about, hey, what are we going to have for breakfast? What are we making for lunch? What are we making for dinner? We plan all of these things, which is awesome because it takes away that pressure, that potential decision fatigue when you're talking about these things with somebody else and planning it with them. So accountability can be super tough, right? It's one of the toughest things that impact people that are trying to stay consistent, whether it's with their nutrition, with working out, or with anything in life, really. That consistency is impacted by a lack of accountability. I don't have to talk to anybody about why I'm not making progress, or why I'm skipping something, or why I decide, you know what, today I'm just going to eat whatever I want, right? That lack of accountability causes that breakdown, or helps that breakdown of consistency. And really, when you think about it, trying to get healthy It's not about perfection. Honestly, it's about being consistent, right? And if you do make a mistake, or if you do screw up and you don't work out for like a week, which has happened to me, right? Because life got busy. Having that accountability, that person that you have to be accountable to, kind of helps you get back on track so that you don't spiral out of control and like it goes from, missing a week's worth of workouts to missing 2 to missing 3 to missing 4. Having that person, having that community, that coach that you can talk to and talk about your frustrations, talk about what's hindering you, what's preventing you from being consistent. That just having that sounding board can really, really help you on your health journey. So it's just something to think about, whether you're already on a health journey or you want to start. Really think about that accountability piece. How are you going to ensure that you're going to stay consistent? Who are you going to talk to? Who are you going to lean on? Who are you going to involve in that community to help you on this path to getting fitter? So just things to think about. All right, everyone, have a great night.